Greetings YouTube! With the advent of Ant-Man and the Wasp at the cinema, we are now 20 films in to Marvel's cinematic universe, as they call it. And I thought now would be a good time to go back and have a look at all the films that led up to this point. It's been 10 years. 10 years! Jesus, and most of the films I haven't even looked at on this channel because, well, they've all come out beforehand. And it all started with Iron Man, and this is how long ago this came out. I mean, look at that. A little sticker on it saying for use only with Blu-ray disc players and drives. It's like saying, don't put this in a DVD player, you dumbass. It's a different format. That's how long ago this was. Anyway, let's watch this film. By the way, if you hear a whirring noise, it's my fan. It's way too warm right now not to have the fan on. Well, it should still come with an epilepsy warning, but it's not as bad as the logo is now. I was expecting just a static logo on screen there. AC/DC. Can't really go wrong with that. We want to show that you're a major arsehole, so we gave you something to drink.
No, you intimidate them.
Good God, you're a woman. I couldn't have called that. I mean, I'd apologize, but isn't that what we're going for here? I thought of you as a soldier first.
I'm glad he didn't lose that sense of humour throughout the other films. I don't know what it is exactly. He just has this very easy, likeable charm, despite the fact that he's a bit of an arsehole. Okay, a huge arsehole. I think that's the very definition of irony. Iron Man. Directed by Jon Favreau. Used to be an actor. He had a part in Friends. I saw him in Friends.
I've had the unique privilege of serving with a real patriot.
Yeah, but you won't be there for any longer than a single film.
Well, I'm not Tony Stark. But if I were Tony...
I don't know what it is about Jeff Bridges, but I like him. It doesn't seem to matter what he's in either. I still like him, even if it's crap.
And what do you say to your other nickname, the Merchant of Death?
That's not bad.
Terrible nickname, but it just...
Okay. The MIT commencement speech?
Is in June. Please, don't harangue me about this stuff.
They're
It's
haranguing
way
me, so
down.
I'm going to say
Well,
yes.
deflect and absorb it. Don't
I
transmit
need you to
it back
sign
me.
this before
What are
you
you
get
trying to
on
get
the
rid of me
plane.
for?
How many takes did it take for them to do this right? Because they're talking over each other and they're still making sense, somehow. And you can still hear everything they're saying.
What's wrong with you?
What?
3 hours.
I got caught doing a piece for Vanity Fair.
For 3 hours. For 3 hours you got me standing.
Waiting on you now. Let's go.
Come on.
Monumental arsehole. Doing everything they can to drive home that point. Make sure you don't miss it.
I'm indifferent, okay?
I said I was sorry.
Good morning,
You don't
Mr.
need to
Stark.
I said I
apologize
was
to me.
sorry.
I'm
Hi.
not
I told
mad.
him I was sorry.
There's a coat of arms on the wall of that plane. I never noticed that before. Just right next to the left of his head, if it cuts back to Stark.
Get you a bottle, okay?
Hey.
There
give
it
me
is.
a sake, will you? Thanks
No,
for
I'm
reminding
not
me.
talking to...
With that in mind, I humbly present the crown jewel of Stark Industries' Freedom Line. It's the first missile system to incorporate our proprietary repulsor technology.
How does it use the repulsor technology? Is it just the missile's flight system or is it the warhead? I mention this because Iron Man's suit has the repulsors in the hand and the chest repulsor. The blast radius of the missiles is insane. So, shouldn't the repulsors be more powerful, or is it just the flight system? I'm just... And if it isn't the warhead, why are the warheads so powerful? What is powering the warheads? I'm just a teensy bit confused. No, the warhead glowed. The warhead glowed there, so the repulsor's in the head. Oh, or is it? Is it in all the little micro... I'm totally confused.
The Jericho.
It packs a punch. No idea how, but there you go.
Hey, Tony.
I'm sorry, this is the fun V. The humdrum V is back there.
You are gonna regret taking the wrong Humvee. Ew! I don't like medical stuff. I don't know about you, but if I'd just been in a pretty serious accident and I was all bandaged up, the last thing I'd want to do is, I've got to have a look, I've got to have a...
Who are these people?
They are your loyal customers, sir. They call themselves the Ten Rings.
See, we never got a proper Ten Rings storyline. We kind of did with Iron Man 3, but it wasn't a proper one. They kind of... You know what, the less said about that, the better. They kind of teased it in that short, but... yeah. Let's just forget that happened, at least for now. Okay, looking at all that on the table, shouldn't these guys know that they're not building a missile? I mean, the missiles are big, but they're not that big and bulky, surely. Unless they're totally stupid. Oh, I take it back. They are actually smart enough to notice something. Okay.
Relax.
Aha! Relax. Yeah. Good one. Did you not see that light before? Was that light off? There's no way he snuck up on them. And that punch is Jon Favreau doing the motion capture. The one and only thing, I think it's the one and only thing he did. Yeah, screw you, we're locking you in. He's not punching with his bare fist because he's just got those leather welding gloves on. What's he punching with? I'm nitpicking. How have you got your sleeve caught on the rock? And seriously, why did that guy just do that? I mean... Yep, totally feasible. Just happened to have a couple of repulsors in his feet. So it wasn't that well made then. It kind of makes me wonder why all the bullets didn't work. Rhodey Ex Machina.
Look at this! Huh?
You know, in hindsight, it's kind of hard to see how this guy is not the bad guy. He's being too nice by half.
Hey, Pat.
Yes.
Can I speak to you for a moment?
There he is! He was here right at the beginning. I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Thank you.
He's always had that faint smile on his face.
I saw young Americans killed by the very weapons I created to defend them and protect them.
You don't mind this sudden U-turn so much because you've already seen what he's gone through. I mean, with Thor, it's a little bit more questionable. You don't mind it here, though.
Effective immediately, I am shutting down the weapons manufacturer division of Stark International.
I think this kind of move nowadays would probably realistically kill a company like this, wouldn't it? I mean, never mind a stock drop or, you know, the auditors being called in or anything like that. No, you would literally be dead. Dead.
Where is it?
I've forgotten about that bit. It just rides in on one of those things.
We're ironmongers. We make weapons.
Name drop.
We're a team. Do you understand? There's nothing we can't do.
He should basically have a big flag above his head right now going, bad guy, bad guy.
Stark Industries. I've got one recommendation. Ready? Ready? Sell. Abandoned ship. Does the Hindenburg ring any bells?
Who is this guy? I've forgotten about this as well. This is the problem with not watching a film for so long. You forget about the best bits. Weirdly. I mean, you remember the big set pieces, obviously, and the overarching things, but little stuff you miss.
Fine.
What
Put
do you
that
want
on
me
the
to
table
do?
over there. That is irrelevant.
Oh my god.
Okay, so he's just pulled that out without warning her what she needs to do. So if she slows down, doesn't his heart start to go...
The copper wire, you got it?
I got it.
Okay, you got it. Now don't let it touch it. Okay, now make sure that when you pull it out, you don't pull out there's a magnet at the end of it. That was it. You just pulled out. Okay.
Oh god.
Oh.
You should have told her that before you got her to do anything. You should have briefed her properly. This is what I was just saying.
You're of no benefit at all. Move down to the top. I got this. Okay, I'm sorry. Am I in your way?
Did he program the AI on these things? I can only assume that because he's an arsehole and the machine's being an arsehole, so it makes sense.
You're going to start off nice and easy. You're going to see 10% thrust capacity, chief lift. And 3, 2, 1.
It's the suddenness.
I didn't expect that.
You probably should have done after the experiment with the leg things, and you built it. He's apparently very smart.
That's it, Obi. Forget it.
All right, well, this stays with me then. Come on, here, you can have a piece.
Thank you.
He's the nicest bad guy I've ever encountered.
Jarvis, sometimes you gotta run before you can walk.
That is the single dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say. Well, no, it isn't, but it's pretty close. Stark Industries makes technology for planes as well. Shouldn't he know this? Yeah, Superman was definitely missing some of this. The fun, you know what I mean? It's going in the right direction now with Justice League, but...
Kill power.
Oh, right on the piano. And right on the car. Which is more expensive, do you think?
Look great, Hef.
There he is.
Give me a scotch, I'm starving.
Mr. Stark.
Oh wow, I forgot he turned up in this scene. This is a cool sequence. I mean, in Infinity War he's got like a nanotech suit which just appears on him. I don't know why, I'm a fan of steampunk, you see, so I kind of like all this mechanical stuff. This is still cool. Ow! That's seriously cool, but how did his targeting system know to do that? Still cool. 10 years ago and it's still cool. Well, that was a bit stupid of you. You told him to deliberately roll to get the guy off of you and then you flew directly into his path. That was your own damn fault.
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
I believe him. And if you were in any doubt as to this was the bad guy...
Miss Potts, you get an appointment.
Yay, there he is again. He's in this film more than I remembered.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave! With a box of scraps!
He almost hit himself in the face with his tie. When he flipped his hand back, the tie went whoomp and nearly hit him in the face.
When I ordered the hit on you.
Oh, surely not. Dude, why did you push that away? You could have used it to slide across the floor. Again, I'm nitpicking, but if Obadiah doesn't know how powerful the arc reactor is for certain, how was he able to design the Ironmonger suit with reference to how much power, you know, when you power something you have to know how big the power source is, and you have to know how big the thing you're trying to power is, so you don't, like, overload it or underpower it. How?
My key's not working, it's not opening the door. Oh, wow, what's that? It's like a little device? It's like a thing that's gonna pick the lock?
You might want to take a few steps back.
Is it compulsory for you to fold your arms after saying one of those explosives?
Next time, baby.
Don't act like a diva over your paycheck, and maybe. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm calling bullshit on how these massive machines can hide so silently. Wow, I thought it was compulsory for car drivers in this situation to put their foot on the accelerator in these scenes. What? Why is she accelerating? What? Why?
How'd you solve the icing problem?
Icing problem.
Might want to look into it.
Again, is Obadiah like Stark? He just forgot that aircraft do this at high altitude.
I never had a taste for this sort of thing.
You do know he's still got one hand repulsor handy, right? And all he has to do is sort of into your face and...
You finally outdid yourself, Tony. You made your father proud. How ironic, Tony! Trying to rid the world of weapons! You gave it its best one ever! And now... I'm gonna kill you with it!
Can you say monologuing much? And that was the beginning of Marvel's Skybeam problem.
Use my body? I mean, that's kind of flimsy, don't you think?
This isn't my first rodeo, Mr. Stark.
It is your first time dealing with him, though. He's not going to do what he's told. He never does.
The truth is, I am Iron Man.
And thus begun the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which we were totally, completely unbloody prepared for. 10 years, and they're still going. We've got, like, Captain Marvel and the other half of Infinity War, whatever it's going to be called now. I don't know if they're going to call it Infinity War Part 2 or what, but yeah, all started here.
You think you're the only superhero in the world? Mr. Stark, you become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet. I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
And with that, everyone got a little bit excited, but thought, no, they're probably not gonna do it. So yeah, that was Iron Man. Enjoyed watching through that again. It's been ages since I've seen it. Few things I forgot about it. Still a great film. Great point to, you know, a great launch pad to kick off the whole cinematic universe. And of course DC has more recently tried to follow in their footsteps, and in other studios as well. No one's quite got it yet. Kevin Feige, yeah, I don't know how serious he was at pursuing the cinematic universe when they started, you know, because they definitely had the idea here. They weren't the first ones to do it, but things got serious after The Incredible Hulk, which is going to be the next film I'm going to watch. Haven't got it on disc, but I can watch it on Amazon Video. Okay, I'm going to stop wittering now. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. See you next time. And yes, I am going to go through all of them.